Hi, my name's Neville from Essex Glass and Windscreens. We've been called here today to replace a windscreen on this BMW. Unfortunately, the gentleman's been hit by a stone just here, and due to the weather, mainly because it's so cold, it's actually fractured off, and if it's not replaced, it can be a penalty points and it also can be a fine. The screen also makes up a structural composite of the vehicle, so any bumps and bangs you go over with your tyres can actually put a shudder through the whole body and make the glass fracture. It's also not ideal to drive with at night, simply because it reflects the headlights from the vehicles into your eyes and can cause a little temporary blindness. It's also an MOT failure if it's in a certain zone, but unfortunately this is cracked, so it's well beyond an MOT. So unfortunately this does need replacing. Cutting out procedures, there's a pull tool method, which we're going to use on this particular vehicle today, and there's also proper cut-out tools which are mechanically operated, either by a drill or by a ratchet handle. Once the screen is removed, which shall be removed intact, we cut back the old polyurethane rubber which bonds the glass to the bodywork. We then check the bodywork for any problems such as rust or high spots or breaks in welds or seams, and then we correctly clean, prime and prepare the body to accept the glass back in. Then we tend to, on this particular vehicle, we put the trim on first before we put it back. So when we correctly prepare the vehicle glass, we put the trim back on, and then we apply the new polyurethane. We tend to apply the polyurethane to the screen, simply because we just have one joint at the bottom. If you're leaning across this with a gun, applying polyurethane, you can't stretch, even though I've got long arms. You're going to have a joint here, and you'll normally have a joint there. And obviously, the more joints you have, the more chance you have of leaks. So we try and avoid that by gluing the glass and having one joint at the bottom which we make sure is pressed correctly. Then it's a matter of correctly lifting the glass in, making sure the alignment's correct, and we normally check it's all nicely fitted. We have a piece of tape on the roof that holds the glass in place, or consequently you can use little rubber blocks along the bottom to make sure the height is the correct height and that all the trims sit neat. Then it's a matter of just rebuilding everything we've taken off. Take your time. Make sure they're in the correct position when you put them back on, make sure the scuttle sits nice and clean, and then remove all the exterior protection from the vehicle and leaving it clean and tidy.